Hello, I am Madam Maxwell, and welcome to the special news report on scientific research and how it is impacted by finance. Greenpeace strives for a green and peaceful world, raises awareness of issues and their urgency, aims to defend the natural world from destruction, and they investigate, document, and expose the causes of environmental destruction. In conjunction with CAFOD, Catholic Agency for Overseas Development, Friends of the Earth, Green Alliance, Islamic Relief, the National Federation of Women's Institutes, RSPB, Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, and WWF, Greenpeace calls on governments to allocate at least 42 million every year of public money towards climate and nature emergency. Greenpeace influences education, research and media programs. Public protest with media coverage. Portray heavily opinionated information about scientific development. Lobby. Take part in consumer pressure, and takes peaceful, direct action to protect the earth aimed at promoting the image of a green and peaceful future. Greenpeace has helped to defend the natural world, helped to stop nuclear weapons testing, helped to stop radioactive dumping at sea, raised awareness on whaling, and raised awareness on renewable energy, helped in the fight to stop global warming, protects forests, saves the Arctic, protects our oceans, defends democracy, promotes sustainable agriculture, and reduces toxic and plastic waste. Greenpeace's sources of income funds are from membership, foundation grants which have not been funded by the government, corporations or political parties, donations, legacies, and contributions from other Greenpeace organisations. Greenpeace does not accept funding from governments, corporations, or political parties. This drastically reduces its overall funding resources, with each national and regional organisation having a relatively modest income. No affiliation with these investors allows Greenpeace to have freedom of speech and to be in a position to confront governments and corporations on issues they feel strongly about. Greenpeace recognises that its resources and funding are limited and relies on the help of other allies for change. It concentrates instead on achieving policies relating to scientific changes in development by disruption and peaceful process means. They also focus on highlighting issues such as biodiversity and global warming. Members' direct actions and their optimism of achieving a change in both their mindsets of the current policy makers and a drive to change the dynamics of power in relation to who will change policies in the future. The WWF helps preserve biodiversity and achieves sustainability worldwide, promotes cleaner air, water and food sources, and promotes good health and prosperity of the world's animal and human populations. It also helps to protect the world's forests, rivers, oceans, and soils from destruction and damage. This helps to protect wildlife and their habitats, the environment, and the populations reliant on the world's natural resources for food, water, fuel, and financial income. It uses technology and knowledge to fight against climate change, protecting the environment, humans, and wildlife, and preventing the melting of ice caps, and persuade governments and businesses to invest in looking after our planet and improving its sustainability. The WWF influences through positive lobbying for its causes, for example, sustainable trading and carbon emission control, providing a visitor and education centre, the Living Planet Centre, educating and inspiring and capturing the interest of the public on conservation, works closely with celebrities which helps to amplify their point of view, and works closely with large, well-known companies and corporations such as Sky TV, Coca-Cola, M&S, Tesco, Knorr, and John West, raising the profile of and awareness of environmental issues. WWF holds fundraising Team Panda events and promotes the participation in our Lights Out event, involving public support, has a presence on social media, worked on the Just Like Us elephant poaching Christmas TV advert campaign, has made a use of personalised engaging stories, and have made the Our Planet TV series featured on Netflix. WWF established the Charles Darwin Foundation Research Station and the Galapagos Marine Reserve in 1962, assisted wildlife management in Tanzania, assisted white rhino introduction, which has further inspired other endangered species reintroduction and conservation programs, including an Operation Tiger campaign and tiger conservation programs to save tigers from poaching. It has also implemented a ban on ivory trading and helped the International Union of Conservation of Nature to regulate the international trade of endangered species, and has have helped purchase marshlands, and have since promoted an awareness of and a drive for an intergovernmental treaty for wetlands. WWF have tackled the causes of threats to the environment and had a more direct interaction with governments and international environmental treaties, campaigns, and helped to introduce a programme for tropical rainforest conservation, helped to create protected forest areas for the giant pandas, concentrated on a drive towards the integration of conservation into the world's use of natural resources and sustainability, helped the IUCN and the United Nations Environment Programme to publish the World Conservation Strategy in 1980. WWE's sources of income funds are from fundraising such as sponsored walks, runs, cycling, and swims, donations, membership, government grants, aid agencies, percentage contribution from People's Postcode Lottery, MBNA and HSBC banks/credit cards, adopt an animal donations gift, online WWF shop, visitor and education centre, and legacies. WWF recognises that their work is never complete and that there is no place for complacency in their mission to scientific and wildlife conservation. They are committed to doing the right thing, protecting species and their habitats, and tackling food systems to protect wildlife. It continues to receive significant financial backing from both public and private sources, allowing WWF the freedom to invest in a wide variety of campaigns and the capacity to affect change such as halting global warming, reducing plastic waste and carbon emissions, tackling the global environmental footprint. It is also monitored by strict governance, preventing misuse of its resources and vested interests. That's all for today's broadcast. Tune in next time for more perceptions of science. Goodbye.